Hello there, I've got a really interesting door card today to show you with our door/windows. I'll show you some different things you can do with that. We will introduce the dies and products we'll be using. Now I'm going to show you this one, the Atlantic Ocean Collection background. And we're just going to keep this kind of a little secret for a moment, and you'll have to think, what's she done with that? Okay. I've used the Home Sweet Home sentiment from the Home Comfort stamp set, the spring foliage, and we've used the topiary trees from the 3D window box and accessories, and the little kitty cat too. And here is the arched window/door. So like I said, on this card we're going to be using it so it looks like a door. So I want to create like a walled background for my door to sit upon. So I'm using that special touch mask called Crackle. And I've got a piece of taupe card here that is 5 3/4 inches by 7 1/4. And I've just taped it down on one side. So I'm going to emboss it first. So pop it into place like that. I'm going to put a tan mat over it, and an embossing plate on top of that. Okay. Take that out. So you can see the emboss coming through. Just lift this for you. I'm going to do a little bit of inking, so I'm going to leave the die or the mask in place. Let me move this out of our way. A little bit of room. I'm going to bring in some antique linen distress ink to start with, and a smoothie, and we're just going to go over the top of this, inking through that mask. So it's almost like a tone-on-tone sort of look to it. Just going to hold that in place. Keep adding a little bit more ink. There we go. So really have that look of like cobblestones. Now I want to kind of just add a couple extra little colors to this. I've got some pumice stone in the way of a marker, so I'm just going to scribble this a little bit and pick a little bit up with that same smoothie and just add some extra little color to that, just kind of around, mix it in. So it's almost like stone. You get a different shade coming through, a little bit more here. There we go. There we go. And I've even got some Decadent oak color cloud, so I can add just a tiny bit of that to it too. Just some light color, just to give a little bit of variation. Really tiny color there. So you'll have some different variation in that rock, or the look of rock to the background. Okay, so now I'm going to peel that up. Take my tape off carefully. There we go. Pop that to the side. So you can see we've got a really pretty embossed background. So it's got the texture and a little bit of color coming out. So I'm going to go ahead and start building up my door. Now I've cut this portion here out of black gloss card because I wanted it to look very posh. So I've got that ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and add this into place with a bit of mounting foam. And I'm going to seat that right up to this bottom line. Okay, right in the middle. And then I did this center section, and the door is in different pieces here. So I've used the sort of like the little panes, and I've done that out of black gloss. And then I've put a black mat behind that, so you've got a little bit of variation. So I'll just use a little bit of glue on the back of that. Pop that down into place. There we go. And for the top of the door, I wanted to give it the illusion of a window there. So I've put the black gloss piece there over a piece of vellum. So I'm going to be very careful in trying to keep that glue right around the back there so it doesn't show through the vellum. Pop that over. A little bit here. Let's see if that's enough to hold it. Pop that into place above it. There we go. Okay, so for the topiaries, I've cut them in black gloss card and in green. Now I've added a bit of mounting foam to this, so I'm going to go ahead and peel off the backing. Get a hold of that. Oh, being a little fussy. And I'm going to put one on this side, like that. I'm going to do the other one. And I've got just a piece of mounting foam behind each of the little balls on the topiaries. Pop that into place. But I wanted the pots to match, so what we're going to do is take off just the black gloss pot on both of these. Add a bit of glue to the back. There's that. Pop it right over the green one. Give it a second. There. Do this one. Put that right over that. There we go. Now I've cut another piece of taupe card. I've added a little bit of shading around the edge, and we're going to just glue this down below. Keep that right like that. And then I've stamped my Home Sweet Home, and I've kind of cut it so it looks like a little bit of a walkway coming up to it. And I can even take some of that Decadent oak from earlier and just edge it to kind of give it a little bit of depth all the way around. Just ever so slightly. You don't even need to re-ink. Just pick it up off of that. I've got some mounting foam there, so we'll put that into place right under our door. So it looks like it's coming down from there. I've cut a couple of the spring foliage out of 2 shades of green, just a little bit off, just to add a tiny bit of variance to it. And we can just pop one of these down into place. And I'm going to take the top of this one off, just have it run right along the edge there a little bit. And then maybe take this one and we can even add it down a little bit down the side, just to give a little more of a look of foliage there. So let me bring in our background, and I will just use some glue all the way around the edge on this one. That should hold. And I've got a tiny little black mat on it. Go. And I can bring in a pencil. I've got a little brown pencil, add a tiny bit more highlight down the edge here on both sides. Just a scribble down the side. There we go. And I have a little kitty cat that's hiding from that set as well, and he's going to be sitting at the bottom of our doormat. Just off to the side like that. One last thing, do you remember this die set? I said at the beginning of the video, I have taken this piece here and used a little bit of the fall away from these little circles, and I've stacked them up to create a door handle. So we will just add a little bit of glue here. Pop that right there as a little accent. So now you can open your door. So isn't that cute? I've taken the door and you can change it into a window if you like. You can accessorize it with all the little bits that come with the sets. So much fun. So many things you can do with it. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's video and you'll subscribe to our YouTube channel too.